Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Farm Sim 19. And, well, our first poke at Ricciville with seasons. Yes, indeed. Oldman 102 has got the map ready for us. She's all season ready. As I said, it does have a custom seasons folder. Now, there are two different download links in the description below. One will get you the map that is non-season ready. So if you don't want to play seasons, there's a special version of the map just for that. And the other one, which is the one that I'm running, also includes the modified seasons folder. And you unzip that one and put both of them in, both the map and your seasons into your mod folder, and you're good to go. So far, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. It seems to actually run a little better than the original version. Pretty much from the time I light it up, I'm getting 60 frames. So, not bad, not bad. Now, I have set us to 6-day seasons. Let's just have a look at all the goodness, shall we? So yeah, here we are. Let's go straight to the other end of it. We're set for 6 days. Now, 3 days would be a quicker sort of turnaround for us, but it takes that chance that may well leave you with 1 day for harvests. And if it's raining that day, boom, the whole year could be gone. At least this way I figure we might get a couple of pokes at it, you know, if the weather doesn't hold for us or something similar. So there you go. Field rotation, yeah, I played around with one row of it. Again, I don't know what it applies to, if anything. You know, I say I understand how it works. It's just, I mean, I own 3 fields. Okay, is this field one that I own? Is this the second one I own? Is this? No, it's not. That would be too easy. Alright, crop prices. Well, we kind of figure that stuff is worth more money when it's unavailable. So obviously there's a shortage this time of year and a shortage this time of year. Pretty simple stuff. And here we go with your crops, what it will and will not put up with. Excellent. Our weather patterns. So here's first day of spring, second day of spring, and the end of spring. So, well, I wouldn't try drying too much grass, but we might be able to at least cut it here in the next couple of days. This is looking pretty good in here. But that's then. And then here we go. So, now, interestingly enough, although by rights it shouldn't work, Oldman has got it, so we do have the warm weather crops without having to switch to a geo, which means we'll still get the pleasure of having snow. It's just, yeah, see, our warm weather crops don't get quite as big a harvest period. Now, if this was on 3 day, you'd get 1 day. That would be it. You'd have 1 day to harvest. I mean, as it is, we're only going to get a couple. So, yeah. But anyway, there you go. As I say, there will be 2 separate links. So, whether you want to do seasons or whether you want to not to be doing seasons. And, I mean, why would you not want to be doing seasons, right? There is, of course, also a link to Oldman's PayPal page. And I really do encourage any and all of you that can to offer whatever help you might be able to come up with. Not only is it a brilliant map, but you're really helping out somebody who, well, believe me, could really use the help. You know, there's a bit of a story in the description as to what's going on, and I do encourage you guys to read it and, like I say, act accordingly if at all possible. So, first thing we must do is, well, get our fields prepped. We obviously can't plant anything, we can't cut grass, and I'm completely wrong. This is not the first thing I need to do. Because, as I said, when you first start the map, let's start with you. You are given a handful of sheep and a pocket full of chickens. So, what we're in fact going to do here is take care of those two. And as I said, being the sharp individual that he is, he made sure that we could do that. As we see, so. Good enough. Wow. That filled so quickly I didn't have time to stop it. We'll have to come back and dump the extra. So here you are. We have our lovely, lovely chickens. Hello, lovely chickens. Yes. Alright, and we will give them some wheat. Obviously they're not going to take much. That's why I was trying to stop the thing, but they say it's got a pretty banana spill rate. Alright, let's tip this out and see about grabbing a little bit of grass for our sheep, shall we? And then we will, of course, give the sheep some water, then we can go tend the fields. I do like this little truck. This is available on the mod hub. So I see that Giants has announced, as they do every year, the Platinum DLC. And, well, it's kind of what I feared. Or maybe they've just been listening to people make mention of, do you not? Thank you. A little bit of grass for a guy, you know. Maybe they've taken it to heart that everybody says that they're not capable of making good maps, because it doesn't look like the Platinum expansion is going to include a map. And as far as I know, that's a first for FarmSim. Now, is it a first just simply because, like I said, they realize that, well, you know, there are far better people, example, we're walking around on one, for producing maps than Giants. Yeah, I looked right at the sheep and I drove on by. Yeah. Such a sharp fella. But, it looks like it's basically just a giant crone DLC, near as I can tell. So, yeah. To say, a little bit disappointing there, because now we are getting into a full-price DLC. This isn't the little $6, $7 jobbies. You know, this guy's going to run you $30 Canadian, $9 US, $3 British. I don't know. But, yeah. So I can't say as that's overly encouraging, you know? But hey, it doesn't come out till October. So they're sure getting a jump on the pre-order. And the pre-order gives you a tractor and some kind of weird get-up and a harvester, a crone harvester, and one that you can get off of any mod site, probably even Mod Hub for, well, dare I say it, free. So yeah, not super duper impressed. But hey, you guys know me. What do they call it? Whinge. I like that word. I will whinge at anything. Oh man. It's driving me nuts. It's like you had a different word for it. I used to say that about the French, and then I realized, hey, they actually do have a different word for everything. But, yeah. Alright, so our animals are now, not quite dealt with. Water everywhere. And not a drop for my sheep. Alright. Same rig we used last time. I've got the man truck done up in Johnny D colors. Just because, well, you know, we're running a lot of John Deere on the farm this time around. In fact, we are going to be running, I wouldn't say exclusively, but for the most part, we're running John Deere goods. So, because it's the very first series out of the literally hundreds that I have done where I have these John Deeres. So, what the heck? You know, in for a penny, in for a pound, and all that. Hello, my sheepy goodnesses. And that took a long time. Done. Alright, the chickens don't require water services. Apparently they can extract water from chicken seed. Now we're ready for back to plowing. Whoa, that was just not turning. I did not mean to drive off the edge. I guess the front wheels are off the ground. Let's top you up, and then we're just going to leave you hanging. Let's go park up our truck. You'll notice I don't really have any of our gear back yet, except the harvester. I did drive that home because it's rather painfully slow compared to most stuff. There we go. And that should have our critters looking pretty. Yes, indeed. Excellent. Not fertile, because they're not old enough, eh? So, can't expect much to go on. They're all that age. Alright. Same thing. These guys, I don't think they're quite old enough to breed yet. But everything's topped up, so we're good to go. We are good to go. There's our lovely John Deere harvester. Got a corn header. Got a non-corn header. Decent sized draper. And somewhere off in the distance is our tractor. Lovely plowism there, dudes. Oh, needs lime too. Well, of course it does. Before previous, fallow. Previous, fallow. Now, fallow. Yeah. Now, you'll notice the barge is at a full stop. Yeah. If you switch to trains on, which is probably a good idea because you can make use of them, just keep in mind that when you hop out of them, very much like your tractors, they will shut down. So you may be out trying to get to, you know, the animal dealer or something, and if you happen to run across a down train crossing sign that just doesn't seem to go back up, it's probably because you left the train too close. I was actually blocking 2 intersections completely with 1 train. So yeah, just a wee horde of the old advice-a-rooney there. Something to watch for. So what I in fact do is I've been taking them to places where there's long stretches of very little to interfere with in the way, and then hopping out. So hopefully I won't come across any intersections I can't cross. But, I mean, other option is, of course, in your options, just simply turn off, switch to trains. You know, and then when you want to start using the barge, if you do, then you can simply turn it back on. You know, 'tis only the press of a mouse button. Cool, eh? This Johnny Deere's got a wide body kit. I thought that was just neat. Yeah, I said I not made a big habit of using these in the past. I have used a couple of John Deere's, but I find always seemed to find with, even though they were all mods, because this is the first year Giants has actually supplied them, they kind of shared something I find with JCB tractors. Now, JCB tractors are really fast, but they don't really seem to have the torque of a similarly spec'd horsepower tractor that wouldn't be as fast. And that makes perfect sense if you think about it. You know, with just about anything automotive, there is a trade-off between speed and power. Now, obviously, lots of power makes you go fast, but there's lots of little turboed 4-cylinders that'll blow, 8-cylinder vehicles out of the water. So it's not always just power. That's why foot-pounds of torque are always listed as well. It's important. And with something made to drag stuff around that weighs tons and is dredging through the earth, torque is perhaps more important than actual horsepower. And I found, just like the JCBs, the John Deere seem to be lacking in torque. Now, these ones are doing all right. I mean, look at the thing this guy's hauling around. Mind you, it's a 600 horsepower tractor worth, $400,000 or $500,000. So I should be able to hook it up to that barge and drag it into my parking lot if I wanted to. But I've decided, what the heck, we'll give it a go. It is Giant's first year of introducing John Deere, officially, other than just through mods. And they seem about right. I don't think that my Boots Warrior or the, anything like that would probably be doing a better job. It's probably a bad example, seeing as I think that maxes out at just over half as much horsepower as this thing does. So, and they don't list torque, foot-pound. Oddly enough, I would think that would be a spec that would be rather important. Would certainly help you min-max your dollar investments. Well, one more row after this one. But hey, it could be worse. This is a great plow, man. Be able to do this much at a time, what a blessing. What a blessing. Nice little interior on this thing, eh? Sheesh. Comfy, comfy, comfy. Yeah, I am very impressed. This is such a nice mount. Really big thanks to Open 102 for involving me with it. I'm not exactly the big YouTuber to reach out to in hopes that it's going to make your map go, well, I suppose because it's the term used, viral, although probably not. But, hopefully it got out to a few people, and even more hopefully as I say, these people are being generous and helping the fella out. That is the bottom line of community, and Farm Sim is supposed to be a community. Or at least we claim we are a community.
That's what it says on Facebook.
Alright. poo. Now, I haven't decided yet. We own 3 fields. Now, you don't when you get the map, by the way. I kind of bought field 5. So, one of them, I just haven't decided which one. Maybe that guy. I think he's... yeah, a little smaller than 5. So I think maybe field 4. I'm going to try and follow the little guide I set up in seasons. Like, we're going to go fallow the first year, etc., etc. Now, I am still going to plow it, I'm still going to lime it, and I'm still going to fertilize it. But then we're just going to leave it for the year. And we'll see if we do get the big, fair dinkum bonuses there. Gets us some biggins. Alright, outstanding job. Oh, that's a pretty slick piece of kit, man. Pretty slick indeed. Alright. Not that even folded up, this thing's terribly roadworthy, but hey, it's better. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Steady on there, lad. Alright, so what sort of a life is this field? There was lavender planted here at one point. However, it is done. It's been harvested. Okay. I didn't know they actually farmed this. We have lavender around this area. It grows really well in this part of the world, but I've never heard of it being used as a crop. A lot of people use it as decoration in their garden because, of course, well, there's nothing quite as purple as a lavender plant. And for those of us that are fans of the color purple, they're quite lovely plants. And we have a really large one, probably 4 foot round, at the front of the building. And used to be a little 5-line skink lived under it. He'd come out and sun himself on the rock beside it just about every morning. He was kind of neat to watch. But not terribly long-lived, and I don't think he exists anymore. I haven't seen him for a couple of summers. So. But yeah, one of our 2 sort of native species. Now, purely for curiosity's sake, I'm going to fire a worker on there. I just want to see how they do with this plow. Some pieces of equipment they seem to be absolutely brilliant with. And others, they're like, well, what? A field? A tool? A tractor? What do these words mean? Yeah. So we'll see how Bucky's does here. No. And he's sure not wasting any of that plow, is he? That's about as close to the edge as you can go and still not leave a row. Nicely done, actually. Yeah, nicely done. Well, doesn't look like he's really going to be a source of amusement. What is with that tree? See that? That one tree's got issues. You usually only see that kind of flickering if something's overlaid something else. There you go. I don't know. I'm not a map maker. It's just I've noticed that with things like when you paint a section of ground, it may flicker like that if you painted it over another painted section. And I'm pretty sure that when you're, going to run into a similar situation when you're actually designing the thing. I can admit, the AI is doing pretty good. Pretty good indeed. But we're going to dismiss them. Oops. Didn't realize I had the key turned. Well, so much for us being exact. Alright. Indeed. So hopefully, I'm only a couple of days away from my new video card. Now, you guys know me, it's not going to be that simple. I'm not just going to pull the case apart, stuff another card in. In fact, I may be down for more than the normal half hour it would take a normal person to do the job, because I'm also, while I got that out, I'm actually going to take my PC and all the parts that are on my PC desk and unattach them all and do all of that happiness. Then I have to disassemble the desk and get it the heck out of the room long enough to come in and put in a little bit of a false floor underneath it. Basically, I'm in a very old apartment. This has been around since the 30s. And it is probably the only apartment left in the building that still has the original carpet. So you can imagine how worn it is at this point, and it's got wrinkles and all the usual joys that carpets will do over the years. Not to mention it's probably got, 60 years worth of whatever underneath it. But the issue with it is even with one of those plastic computer chair mats to roll around on, because it's still such a soft surface, being carpet plus underlay before you hit a wooden floor, you'll roll back to a certain position, and when you sit there for a few minutes, you go to move your chair, and it kind of rolls back into the holes. Yeah, that's not good. So, of course, me being me, what I'm actually going to do, I have a bunch of that fake hardwood flooring, the boards, a bunch of that I'd used for another project. I actually built a grow cabinet out of them. Handy wood, man. But, well, they're not actually wood. I believe they're actually plastic, to be honest with you. But, long story short, what I'm going to do is, on top of the scrunchy carpet that's here, I'm going to basically make a platform. Not particularly a raised platform, just a sturdy platform out of those boards and some really old, super heavy-duty floor tiles that I have. And then when I put the mat on top of it, it should leave me a hard, smooth surface to roll back and forth on. And then, of course, I got to reassemble my bench on top of it, because my bench is something else that I built from scratch. And then I can get to the job of going into my computer and running, well, put it back on the table and set it all up, and then I can go in, run DDU, which if you guys are changing cards or doing anything like that, I really do recommend that you run DDU. That's Drive Display Uninstaller. Yeah, it's a free third-party program, but it will go in and it will make sure that everything related to video drivers is off of your machine before you install a new fresh set of drivers. So that's what I will be doing, a proper job, and then hopefully I'll get it all back together. So, but unfortunately, my nasty old worn out body may not allow me to do all of that work within a period of time that I would like to. In other words, it might take me a couple of days, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It might be one of those things that I just have a great day and manage to rip it all apart and put it all back together in one go. But we'll have to see. I mean, I've got things like, too, when I put the tiles down, I do have to give a certain amount of time for them to set onto the boards. You know, I'm not just going to loosely lay them down. They obviously have to be glued in place. And it's going to take a moment or two for the glue to set up, I'm sure. In fact, I think it takes 4 hours to set where you can actually use it a little bit, and 24 hours to actually cure properly. So, but yeah, there you have it. I'm changing my video card, so of course a necessary part of that is to rebuild your floor. Doesn't everybody rebuild their floor when they exchange video cards? No? Just me? There you go. Told you I was weird. But at any rate, I think that's going to do it for our introductory lesson episode. Sorry, like I'm going to teach you guys anything about this game. So yeah, that's going to do it for the first episode. I am so happy and very, very thankful to Oldman 102 for having the opportunity to play this wonderful map. So I encourage all of you to follow the links below. Download yourselves a wonderful map to play upon. And get the Seasons version. Come on, show a little nerve. And don't forget to support Old Man. You can support me just by slapping the like button. That's all I ask for. I do have a Patreon site, but again, you know, if you feel like it, go ahead. I would rather see you guys donate to Old Man, to be honest with you. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Again, slap the like button if you did. And, well, we'll catch you here next time on the Ricciville map with Seasons version 1.3. Take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.